Hello there, what's going on? It's JB here with another episode of the Mark II Burnley Career Mode. Hope you're doing very well. Happy New Year to you all. Sorry I've not been doing these series, it's just been very busy one week or another, but we are back and we're down to the half-hour episodes after those on Christmas and New Year episodes that we did. And we've got 3 games coming up, Hull City to come later on as well, and there's the Watford Cup game as well coming right up as well for you. But it's to Real Madrid, to the Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid for Real Madrid versus Burnley. This is the first game up, and again this promises to be Burnley's toughest test surely in Europe so far this season. Could they come through this first leg and set themselves up what could be a potentially explosive second leg in a fortnight's time at Turf Moor? Well, first of all we had to go to Turf Moor and see if we could pick up something away from home. Was it going to be a tough ask? But if anyone could do it, we can do it. Let's see how we got on at the Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid as we took on the mighty Real Madrid. And welcome to the Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid as Real Madrid take on Burnley. Now the group phases are more or less over. Now it's down to the nitty gritty, as Burnley could have come up against the best, toughest test. Cristiano Ronaldo is just one of the many players they have to face here in Madrid tonight. Ronaldo and Real Madrid, one of the favourites, the current holders of the European Cup, looking to defend it. And here they are, look at that, Gareth Bale, Morata, James Rodriguez, all these big names, Toni Kroos. The back four though looks a little bit suspect. That could be something for Burnley to exploit here tonight. It's a bitterly cold, rainy night, typical English weather here in what's usually sunny Spain. John Stutzy has his cagoule on, and he knows that if we can get a positive result here in Madrid tonight, then everything could be all rosy again. And this is how he's picked. It's Gray and Rashford again up front. Steven Gerrard drops to the bench there, as you can see. And Will Hughes and Stephen Defoe get the nod in the centre of midfielder. Jade Rodriguez and Johan Bergen Munson are the 2 wingers. So we're all set to go, Real Madrid to get us underway. The referee is from Italy, Alessandro Vaccatina. And this is it. Real Madrid in the all-white strip, 10 times European champions, getting us underway against Burnley, who have never won this competition. And this is their second ever time in the actual competition. They played in the old European Cup back in 1960-61, and that's a 3 kick. Ronaldo hacked to the ground by Matt Lowton. He's going to have to watch his step now for the remaining 88 minutes or so that remain of this first leg. Ronaldo trying to get him to have a set to here. Let's have a look. Well, I think it's a bit harsh to book a player early on for a challenge like that, but the referee's been giving it. Bale with the 3 kick in towards the 6-yard area, and it's loose and pounced on there by Tom Heaton. So here come Real Madrid now with James Rodriguez. Good running. Running at the heart of that Burnley defence and gets his shot in, and Matt Lowton got a brave block in there with just about 10 minutes gone. James Rodriguez, who came to prominence in that 2014 World Cup finals, well, he really got the wood on that Burnley defence, but Matt Lowton wasn't for backing down. It's a corner and James Rodriguez to take the corner. So he'll float this into the danger zone, and a header one, and straight into the arms of Tom Heaton, who will be glad to get on that one. Got to get a good touch on the ball there. Now Stephen Defoe on the break for Burnley. Now Gray looking to get Rashford in behind, and he's gone there. It's Marcus Rashford. He scored! Amazing scenes here at the Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid, and Marcus Rashford, halfway through the first half, has just put Burnley into raptures here. Gets 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and absolutely does him. Hook, line and sinker. Right up into that top corner. And the Bernabeu is silenced. It's Real Madrid 0, Burnley 1, and Rashford's 4th goal in Europe this season. and it couldn't have come at a more crucial time. That's a dangerous looking cross, and Heaton was in trouble and hooked away by Ben Mee, and Burnley within an instant could have been pegged back to 1-1. Well, Burnley's lead almost didn't last too long there. Real big opportunities there for the 10 times champions of Europe to get back on song. This is Ronaldo. Oh, he's played it in towards Casemiro. Good ball in. Morata's in there. Morata! He's put it into the back of the net. And all of a sudden, Burnley's joy is short-lived. Morata has made it 1-1. And the whole place here has erupted here in Madrid. There were almost now 90,000 people here shouting and screaming and cheering this equalising goal for Morata. Although Burnley on paper will still hold the advantage due to the fact that they've already scored an away goal, but this will be a real setback to their chances here, and John Stutzy knows it. What a sad bit of news there for Burnley. Morata's first goal in Europe, and it's 1-1. Right at the end of the first half. I will count it about 8 minutes between the two goals. Here's Caballo. Casemiro, who will claim the assist on the equaliser. And there is the half-time whistle blown by the Italian referee. Well, Burnley led through Marcus Rashford's goal in 22 minutes. But on the half-hour mark, Morata with the equalising goal. Burnley will still lead on paper on the away goals rule, but it's still a long way to go in this tie. Half-time here at Bernabeu Stadium. It's Real Madrid 1, Burnley 1. So off we go again in the second half. No changes from either side. Burnley now attacking the goal to our right. Here's Lawton. Both teams in traditional colours. And Lawton trying to get away from Marcelo, but Marcelo tracked him all the way. 1-1 is the score. Burnley have scored an away goal, don't forget. Lawton's cross, and that should be dealt with there by the Real Madrid defence. There's nearly 90,000 here in Madrid. Here's Will Hughes, tries to shoot, and it's a beauty! Oh my word! Oh my days! Will Hughes with an absolute bullet! 6 minutes nearly gone in the second half. And it's silence again at the Bernabeu Stadium, except 3,000 clarets who have made a journey to Madrid. Well, they've travelled a long way, but it's been worth the trip. Look at that! Will Hughes, this is what he's capable of. And he's just pulled out one of the goals of the season, maybe the goal of the tournament. But what he does do is put Burnley back in front by 2-1. So the pressure back on Madrid, but here's Gray now. They're looking to kill the game off. 3-1, and it's an unsellable lead, and a great save by the goalkeeper. Navas has just kept Real Madrid in the European Cup here, because this was a savage right footer from Gray, and it was trouble in the Real Madrid goalkeeper. Make no bones about it. If that goes in, it's a third away goal, and Real Madrid have got it all to do. And Luka Modric has replaced James Rodriguez. Steven Gerrard and Santos come on for Hughes and Gray. Just two of the heroes here for Burnley this afternoon. But we've a quarter of an hour to go. Burnley are well in control. Oh, they've given it away. Diaz. And Bale for 2-2. Oh, Tom Heaton. Superb goalkeeper, and he manages to smuggle it away to the foe. Rashford on the counter-attack. He's got Vokes to his right. Rashford will have to try and play it in towards Vokes. Oh, he might go alone. Good save. Navas with a superb save. And still not away yet, and then the ball back in, and Navas takes. We're into 4 added minutes at the end of what's been an intriguing European Cup first leg. And here's a chance. Oh, it's side netting. Side netting, Toni Kroos. The Germans so close to a second equaliser for the 10 times champions of Europe, but to no avail. It's going to be a famous victory, although it's not over yet. There's a second leg to come in a fortnight's time. But what it does do now is give Burnley huge amount of hope and vigour as well to go with it. As Heaton will try and kick long. Seconds remaining now. All eyes on the Italian referee, who blows for time. And Burnley at half-time in this last 16 in the European Cup have all the aces at the moment. A 2-1 aggregate lead. Marcus Rashford with the first goal. Then Will Hughes with an absolute bullet after an equaliser from Real Madrid. But 2 away goals already banked. A desperate, disappointing night for Cristiano Ronaldo, but a joyous one for Burnley. Final score then in Madrid. Real Madrid 1, Burnley 2, and well deserved. Fantastic victory there. It puts us in a fantastic position, driving seat for the second leg at Turf Moor. Terrific performance really from Burnley. We really fought our corner, kept the likes of Bale and Ronaldo quiet. In fact, we didn't let them score. And one moment of sheer madness cost us an equaliser, but apart from that we were superb, and we played some great stuff into the bargain. So terrific performance there from Burnley, and we now go into that second leg in a fortnight full of confidence and full of knowing that if we get to the 3 point, get another victory there, we'll back in business. Anyway, for the next couple of games, for the next game at least, we're back to league action, where we take on Hull City next up in the Premier League. Hull are 17th, we're still chasing the title, 2 points behind Stoke, but we've played less games than Chelsea, who are in third. So let's get over to the KC Stadium. Would it be another good afternoon for Burnley, or would Hull shock the world and do their relegation chances a power of good? Let's find out. Good afternoon, welcome to the KCOM Stadium, where Burnley, fresh from European glories against Real Madrid, take on the team that has the worst defence in the Premier League, Hull City, at the KCOM Stadium. There is the Hull City player with one former Burnley player in their ranks, and you'll see on the team, Stephen Ward will make his appearance against his former club. Of course, there's 2 former Hull players in the Burnley lineup, but this is the Hull side, and McCartney's the lone striker, and Stephen Ward plays in a 4-man defence, and there's the likes of McGregor, Dawson and Huddleston on the bench. But Burnley, well, they have an old boy starting today, that is Andy Robertson. There's also on the bench Robert Snodgrass. Stephen Gerrard gets the vote alongside Stephen Defoe, and it's Graham Rashford up top. And the referee is Martin Atkinson from West Yorkshire. Rashford. Rodriguez wants it out on the near side. Oh, lovely power right there. And it's got into a shooting position, deflected, which made it so difficult for the goalkeeper there. Really was a good piece of goalkeeping here by Marshall. And he turned nicely there. There's the deflection and a very good save. Well, we didn't see the replay of the save, but it was a good save from David Marshall. Barjo has gone in there behind, and the goalkeeper's in no man's land, and Mbakani has scored. Well, that's a real setback for Burnley with almost half an hour of the match gone. Goalkeeper way out of his ground, and Mbakani got above Michael Keane, or got there ahead of Keane, needed the aid of the post. Burnley have fallen behind in a very big game, and maybe the hangover from that European exploit in Madrid is starting to bear fruit now. So Mbakani's goal puts Hull in front. Here's Gray looking to equalise straight away, and his shot goes wide of the target. Well, at least Burnley have come back with a little bit more of a business-like attitude towards things, really, I suppose, but it's not going to get them back into this game. That's one thing is for certain. Here's Marshall with the kick for Hull. 1-0 they lead with half an hour gone. Gray. Gerrard. Beaten to it by Jake Livermore. That was really good play. Now Ryan Mason. Myler. Oh, lovely play. Lovely control there from David Myler. Hull really going for the cutthroat here in this game. They need the points themselves. A free kick's been given against Michael Keane here. Referee Martin Atkinson deciding that Keane's challenge was illegal. Let's have a look at it again. Oh, I think that's a little harsh. No yellow card, however, which is probably one blessing really for Burnley. They don't need any more. The last thing they need at this stage is suspensions. Here's Lucas, and Mbakani has already got one to his credit. And again, good Burnley defence. This time well disciplined. Rodriguez trying to bring it away. Defoe can't get it out. Curtis Davis cutting that out. So far, Hull have been rather mean in defence, which is unlike them. And Myler goes for goal and almost gets a second. Well, that could have been even more catastrophic here for Burnley. David Myler getting into a shooting position, struck it well with the right foot, and Tom Heaton wasn't convinced that was going in or not. Here's Rashford. Towards the end of the first half, it's Marcus Rashford through now for Burnley. Oh, what a save! That is from Marshall. Well, the earlier save he pulled off at the start was a marvellous piece of goalkeeping, but this is even better. Sticks out the arm, and it just ricochets off the arm, and over the bar it went. It is a Burnley corner, however. The game's just not over yet. And it's floated in there with Defoe and over the top, and there goes the whistle for the half-time interval. So a bad day at the office for the Clarets. John Stutsy really needs the mother of all half-time team talks to get Burnley back into this one, because it's Mbakani there in your picture, whose goal after half an hour separates these two sides. Hull 1, Burnley 0 at half-time. And Stutsy has reacted by bringing off Gunmanson and Gerrard and Robert Snodgrass, the former Hull man, and Will Hughes, both on at the start of the second half. And Mbakani. Good run in, here's Rayson, and Mbakani wants the ball back, and Mbakani through, and it's even more tricky now for Burnley, and it's turned into a horrible afternoon for the Clarets, because Mbakani has scored a second one 5 minutes into the second half, and Burnley here 2 goals down, and the left foot of Mbakani just flipping it wide of Tom Heaton, who came to narrow the angle there. It is just the faintest of left-footed shots. May have been a slight miscue, but it's still a cute finish. And John Stutsy knows that this could be a long old afternoon for Burnley now. A long old second half at least. That's his second goal of the game, and that's his 6th of the season, and Hull are 2 goals clear. Huddleston. Hull here, if they're not... Burnley aren't careful, are going to run right. Hughes has gone right into the back of Huddleston here. And the referee, Mr. Atkinson, has shown a red card! Oh, that's a surprise. A yellow would have been sufficient, but a red? Well, the ball had gone, but I don't think there was much malice in that tackle from Will Hughes. Well, I find that amazing. So Andre Gray's going to come off. So it means Burnley are going to go one up top. It's Marcus Rashford who will get the nod now, and Jeff Emerick will get that extra midfield. So it's going to be 2 banks of 4 still, with Rashford up top on his own. Burnley down to 10 men, rather harshly in my opinion. And it's Hull go forward looking for the killer third with Curtis Davis, and he sent it straight at Tom Heaton, whose kick wasn't the best. And Bajado is through, and now another foul. And you can understand the frustration on the Burnley players. Snodgrass now, the former Hull man, being booked, and it looks as if Burnley's day is going from bad to worse. Robert Snodgrass. Well, that's no more a bad foul than the Will Hughes one. Hughes got partially sent off for earlier on. Just shows the inconsistency of referees. Here's Al Mohammadi as the 3 kick. There's a man on the line. Al Mohammadi! Oh, well held from Heaton, though. There was a player backing him up on the line, and then a header back, well fielded. 6 minutes for Burnley to score a couple of goals. It looks beyond them. Here's Rashford. Can Burnley get one back? Rashford, good save Marshall, and then cleared away by Maguire for a corner. And you get the feeling at this, even at this late stage, it's not going to be Burnley's afternoon. There's the save from Marshall, and then Aaron Maguire helping him out there of real trouble. So Burnley now 4 to go. Here's the corner towards Rashford, another good save, and then hooked away off the line. Oh, they could have had 2 goals inside a minute, Burnley. But you get that feeling now, it's not going to be their afternoon here. Down in Humberside. Rodriguez, and that is the fine margins. That looked a foul on Rodriguez, to be fair. 4 added minutes, but you might as well just blow up for time, Mr. Atkinson. Burnley, whose task was tougher when Mbakani made it 2-0 5 minutes into the second half, as Glucas goes on a late run here. Can he put more salt into the wound? It's Glucas, still Glucas, going all the way. Good save by Heaton. Keeps Burnley at 2. The game is up for Burnley, who trailed 2-0 at the start of the second half, and then a harsh red card for Will Hughes. That's just added to what's been a really miserable afternoon for Burnley, as El Mahalladi takes another corner, this time Heaton more secure, and referee Atkinson, who I have to say with some intrepidation really cost Burnley the game with that red card, but Hull were 2 up however through 2 Mbakani goals, one after half an hour and one after 51 minutes. Burnley had chances but found David Marshall in superb form, and it's Hull that kept the spoils. A bad day in the office for Burnley, Hull City 2. Better get there for Burnley, beaten, not just beaten but embarrassed really, and then to rub salt in the rooms, a harsh sending off there for Will Hughes, which was in the main harsh. Not to put too fine a point on it, but there you go. That's the way. That's unfortunate. That's the way. Unfortunately, the cookie bounces half the time. We dropped to third following that. We now 2 points behind Stoke and a further and an extra point behind Chelsea. So we're 3 points off the pace. But I mean, if we keep messing up like that, then I can't see us getting really out of. I can't see us winning the league now. It's just a question maybe of just taking the FA Cup more seriously and trying to get into the Champions League. I think you know, we've had a good opportunity. We've had a few opportunities slip by. This was a big one that slipped by. But anyway, we had to lick our wounds because we had another away trip now to Swansea. This is our final game of the episode. So all 3 games away from home. This was a must-winner. To keep our Champions League hopes alive, we had to win. Forget about winning the league now. It was all about winning that game against Swansea. And the draw has been made for the FA Cup quarterfinals, so we play Watford. That will come in the next episode. But it's to the Liberty Stadium we go, to Swansea City. Can we get 3 crucial points against Swansea, or would we have another away day blue again? And welcome to the Liberty Stadium, where Burnley now look to get back on track, certainly for the Champions League, maybe the league titles beyond, and they take on Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. And this is how Swansea are going to line up. Fabianski in goal, Baston gets the nod up front with Leroy Fer in behind. Watch out for Leon Britton, and as well in the middle of midfield, and of course Marvin Emnes and Key and Llorente will be danger men to come off the bench. So Burnley need to get back on song in the league, considering that the Championship has slipped away from them anyway. But to get into the Champions League, they need to keep winning games like this. You feel they can't afford a second blip in as many days, and this is how they're lining up. Graham Rashford up front, Steven Gerrard keeps his place, Jeff Henrik also comes into the team as well. No Stephen Defoe through suspension and injury, and no Will Hughes either. Anthony Taylor is the referee for this big game. It's a big game for Burnley this, considering they've had that horrendous defeat against Hull. They are threadbare in midfield. There's Rashford, good save. I think it might have been going in there, I'm not sure. Let's have a look at that again. Good turn. I don't think the goalkeeper got a flick on it. It might have just brushed the post, however. Very close indeed. It is a goal kicking in actual fact. Good ball. Here's Rashford. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. And Van der Horn knew what he was doing. Yellow card given. Were they covering defenders? That's the only question I would ask of the referee's decision to give a yellow rather than a red here. Let's have a look at it again. From that angle it's hard to tell. But there you are. The referee has given the yellow, and Burnley have a free kick in a very promising position here. It's going to be Steven Gerrard with it. Let's see what he can do. Steven Gerrard down the goalkeeper's throat. Fernandes, Britton, Fer, Barrow, Fer again. Now Cork. Good build up this from Swansea. Oh, given away there. And Lawton has won the ball back, and here's Gudmundsson. This is a dangerous looking run there by the Iceland man, and he's played in Andre Gray. 33 minutes gone, it's Gray, it's in! And it's the perfect tonic for Burnley. And again, they really need to win to keep their top four ambitions very much alive. Andre Gray, Goodmunson had played a lovely ball. He held it and then played it into Gray's path. And that's a well-placed shot beyond the dive of Lucas Fabianski. There's the shot across the keeper's face and into the back of the net. Couldn't have found that far corner any better if he tried, Andre Gray. And it was important for him really to get back on form, and that's his 15th goal of the season. Into 3 added minutes at the end of the first half. Fabianski kicks away, and it's been a first half really in the main dominated by Burnley as the referee blows for half time. So the goal from Andre Gray, his 15th goal of the season in the closing stages of the first half, has given Burnley real impotence here going into the half-time cup of tea interval. Half-time in the Liberty Stadium, Burnley leading by a goal to 0. And away we go in the second half as the shot comes in, and I think it might have been tipped over from Fabianski right at the start of the second half. And it was Marcus Rashford here. Well, that would have been the goal of the season. Let alone the goal, one of the goals of the season. And Fabianski just flipping it over the crossbar. But I tell you what, there wasn't enough to spare there, a lot to spare. Kingsley, Montero, back to Kingsley this time. Kingsley making a good break, Lawton pursuing him. Kingsley's got into the area, walks the ball across the face and goal, not half away, and then the shot over the top from, might have been Montero, in fact it was. But a lovely run here by Kingsley, and Montero, I think he had to hit that on the volley, but he hit it and caught it all wrong. Key, the sub, Baston, back to Key again. Forward the shot over the top of the bar. Swansea starting to make one or two things happen in this second half as we come up towards the halfway point of it. Rasping right-footed shot, but it just didn't have the dip to get it down there to trouble Tom Heaton's goal. And over it went. And that's now on for Baston as Swansea look to try and pinch an equalising goal. Here's Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard now tries the shot, deflected away. It will be a Burnley corner. 20 minutes to play. Gerrard himself will swing this corner in. Free header just wide of the target. And it was his central midfield colleague Jeff Henrik with a real header, got above everybody else and just headed wide of the target. Burnley would have wrapped it up there and then if they'd got that on target. We're now into the last few minutes and here's a chance, and it's straight at the goalkeeper from Dyer. Big chance this for Swansea. In fact it was straight at the goalkeeper but over the top. Big opportunity wasted there for the Swans to get back on terms. And a goal kick it is. Kingsley. Good dummy into the path of lovely play. Little chip in there, but that's going to be the goalkeeper's. Hasn't been troubled too much, Tom Heaton, but Kingsley's done well. He's had a good second half here, young Kingsley. He really has. Here's Cork. Laid the ball in. Nodded away from the danger zone. Now Gerrard to Gray. Good running here by Andre Gray. He's got men up if he needs. Robert Snodgrass is one of them. Quite happy to play down time if he can. Kingsley again winning the ball. There's the whistle and a morale boosting victory there for the Clarets. 3 crucial points bagged safe and secure. A goal after 33 minutes from Andre Gray settled it. But Swansea did have a couple of good opportunities but couldn't test Tom Heaton well enough. And Burnley scrap it out and get 3 points and win completely ugly here in the rain in South Wales. Final score then at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea City 0, Burnley 1. Well, that's an important victory. Puts us second place. Obviously Chelsea look uncatchable. They've got 2 games in hand over the rest of us, so they're okay. Stoke, of course, have got 2 more games in hand over us, but that's not the problem. The problem is now we've got to get 4th place. If we go for the league championship, then brilliant, but I can't see it somehow. The way Chelsea and Chelsea certainly are playing, then then I can't see anyone else winning it. But we are 2 points above that dreaded 5th place, but so it's quite tight out there. West Ham, Southampton and Bournemouth are in the bottom 3 at the moment, so not looking good for the teams on the south coast. Not looking good for Sunderland, however. Swansea, though, they're in mid-table despite that defeat, so they needn't worry as far as I'm concerned. But there you go. But we were superb. So we've got 3 more games coming up. I can't wait for these next 3 games. We've got Watford coming up in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup at Vicarage Road. And then we're at Turf Moor for hopefully a real classic against Real Madrid. And then we're away at the Stadium of Light for Sunderland. So 3 games that we should win. We've got the Champions League still involved in that. We're still involved in the FA Cup, so there's 2 trophies still up for grabs, even if the league title may be beyond us. But that just brings us That brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you very much enjoyed it. I know it's been a while since we've done one, but if you have enjoyed the video, please keep leaving a like. Please subscribe to the channel. My Twitter address is at the end there. And the end credits. But for me, JB Johnston Todd, thank you very much again for watching another 3 exciting games, and we'll see you for another 3 very soon. Bye.